Okay, so the big thing to keep in mind with your narrative, and we talked about this with other kinds of writing, but you want to think about long and short sentences so that you've got that nice rhythm of maybe short, short, long, or long, short, short, or medium, medium, long, short. You want to think about how it all flows. So your details are important, but then the way your sentences work together are important too. So this is a great scene because it's full of details. We have a lot of images to work with here. So let's just kind of take a look at it. When I'm first working on sentence rhythms, I'm going to read it out loud so I can kind of see what do I think are the issues here? What am I going to try to fix or revise about this? So I am 11 years old. The sun is setting and it is getting dark as we pull into the UPS building. I look over at my dad sitting to the left of me and give an elated smile. We open the car doors and walk to the door of the building holding hands. The inside of the building is very bright with fluorescent lights beaming from the ceiling. There's a gumball machine inside along with a row of chairs against a wall. I lead us to the front desk where we can tell employees we are here to pick up a package. I stand there impatiently with my father right beside me. We have to hurry this process up. I have group class in less than an hour. I can't be late for group. Finally, a woman comes out from the back room and begins to help us look for our package. After my father tells her what package we are here for, she retreats to the large warehouse of mail behind the front desk. I can hardly wait to open up the box. So when I look at this paragraph, I am noticing that it's about right here where our sentence variety starts to pick up a little bit. Could you kind of feel that in the paragraph where a lot of the sentences leading up to that point had kind of similar lengths? They were giving really great details, but as I was reading it aloud, they were, it kind of felt like we were walking forward in step. And then when I hit this point, we have to hurry this process up. That's where we have a little bit of variety in the construction, and that makes the paragraph flow a little bit better. So that means I'm going to focus my energy mostly on the beginning of the paragraph because I think that's where we might want to mix up our flow a little bit. Okay. So some of the things I'm actually just going to fix this here because it should be a semicolon. I have group class in less than an hour. So some of the things I'm going to try to do are keeping the information the same, but using some of those tips from that PowerPoint. So I can see this is one place that I might be able to do that. We open the car doors and walk to the door of the building holding hands. So I might just change this to opening, okay? Opening the car doors. Let's see if it works. The other thing is none of this is science. It's all sort of you're applying rules of grammar to make art and it gets confusing. So opening the car doors, we walk to the door of the building holding hands. That lets me start with an ing phrase and kind of develop the rhythm a little bit. But these aren't going on at the same time, are they? We're going to open the car doors first and then we're going to walk to the building holding hands. So the ing kind of implies that it's going on simultaneously. That I think takes away a little bit of meaning from the sentence. Let's see if I can change this in another way. I'm going to undo this. I don't like that. So while I'm doing this, don't feel like you just have to sit and watch, although you're welcome to. You can think about your own paragraph and look at making changes because this work is, like I said, it's tedious. I want to model it for you, but you can also be working while I work. We open the car doors and walk to the door of the building holding hands. Maybe I shouldn't work on that sentence first. Let's see. The sun is setting. It's getting dark as we pull into the UPS building. I look over at my dad sitting to the left of me and give an elated smile. I kind of want to maybe make this sentence a little longer and then see if I can do a short one in here. So I want to take a look at this sentence because I think I maybe want to move fluorescent lights beaming from the ceiling to the beginning. of the sentence, because that might, like, if we put the lights as the subject, that might add a little bit of variety. So beaming from the ceiling, the fluorescent lights. Then I could say something like brighten the entire room. That makes the subject a little bit, it changes the placement of the subject in the sentence to change flow a little bit, okay? There's a gumball machine inside along with a row of chairs against a wall. This is a place where we've got our there is, and so I might be able to use a stronger verb to shorten up that beginning of the sentence and say something like a gumball machine sits inside along with a row of chairs against a wall. And maybe I can just say next to, inside a row of chairs against a wall. That might change that image a little bit. So now we've got beaming. We've got our, instead of saying there is to start our sentence, we're starting with the subject. Lead us to the front desk where we can tell employees we are here to pick up a package. I stand there impatiently with my father right beside me. So this sentence, since it's about impatience, I kind of want to stretch it out. Like, how can I show that how can the sentence itself feel impatient? And so you might think about that could be a long sentence where we might want to add a few details here about looking around or what we're seeing to tapping my toes. Anytime we have a cumulative sentence where we're adding things to the end of a sentence, it can help stretch it out. Tapping my toes, eyeing the clock, gripping my dad's hand. Now, I told you I wasn't going to add details. I was just going to leave it and modify sentence patterns, but it never works that way. You're always, if you're looking at sentences, you might also be adding details. So when you're trying to stretch out sentences, that's another trick you can use. Adding those, it's called a cumulative sentence where you add things onto the end of your sentence. That might be something to try. We have to hurry this. I have group class in less than an hour. I can't be late for group. That's where this short sentence is awesome. It really packs a punch right there. Okay, so can you see how adding a little bit of your participials or your INGs, getting rid of your there is to highlight that subject at the beginning of your sentence, and sometimes bringing in a complex sentence can help you with that flow. That makes sense. I know the concept makes sense. The execution of it is where it's really challenging, right? And that's why I wanted to show you. I'm not very happy with what I've done with this paragraph. I think I probably have in a few places damaged it, and I'm going to have to go back and fix it. But I want you to take away from this messy modeling, because a lot of times teachers, what we do with writing is we show you our final product, and we're like, hey, look how pretty this is. That's not how writing works. Writing is going back to this paragraph again and trying it a different way, okay? And then trying it a different way until I can finally get it right. So you have all these tools in your toolbox. Now you're going to work on making your paragraph sing, looking for the rhythm in your paragraph, trying to make it sound just right, okay? So I'm going to keep working on this a little bit because now I'm in this first part right here. The sun is setting. These first two sentences, I really like them, and I want to kind of work at the rhythm a little bit more. And so I'm going to keep playing around up here for just a minute and see if I can make them work. But I don't want to take away from your work time. So the rest of today is work time. You can put your name on the